What happens when a street outlaw turns a sleek C7 Corvette into a ProCharged monster? And more importantly, will he dare drive it himself, or hand the keys to someone else? It was late one Friday night in Texas. Boosted GT stood under the harsh white lights of the garage, arms folded, watching a beast come to life. Not just any car, a newly built small-tire C7 Corvette, outfitted with a Proline MH7 Hemi and a ProCharger, growling like it had something to prove. This wasn't a show car. This was a message. You see, in the world of no-prep racing, where traction is a gamble and horsepower is king, every build tells a story. And this one? It's got mystery, power, and a question nobody has answered yet. Will Boosted drive this machine himself? Or will Kayla take the wheel for the biggest $100 race of the year? In today's video, you'll discover why this C7 ProCharged combo might dominate both no-prep and radio prep classes, what makes this build radically different from anything Boosted's done before, and the hidden strategy behind who gets to race it, and why that matters more than you think. Who do you think should drive this Corvette? Boosted, the mastermind himself? Or Kayla, the one who's never afraid to take the hard road? Before we dive into the tech behind this beast, let me tell you the full story behind the build, and the silent war brewing behind the scenes. Let's roll. Just a few months ago, the garage was quiet. The hot mess Express Mustang sat in the corner, battle-scarred. Tried and true, Boosted was done playing it safe. The no-prep scene had changed, and he knew it. With two $100 races on the horizon, one no-prep, one radio-prepped, it wasn't just about showing up anymore. It was about making a statement. Something fresh, something fearless, something fast. That's when the decision was made. No more patchwork builds. No more turbos on yesterday's chassis. This time, they started with a clean slate. A C7 Corvette, small tire, ProCharged, and for the first time ever, powered by the Proline MH7 Hemi, the same platform that's been shaking up big tire classes across the country. But why a Corvette? Why ditch the tried and true Mustang for a platform most racers wouldn't touch in no prep? Well, here's the thing. Most people build cars to fit the rules. Boosted builds to rewrite them. And with Kayla still in the picture, one of the toughest, most fearless drivers in the game, people started asking, is this her next weapon? Or is Boosted making a comeback himself? The car's nearly finished. It hasn't touched rubber to road, not yet. But under the hood is a setup built to win on any surface. Proline Power plus ProCharger boost equals lethal combo. The kind of car that doesn't just show up, it shows out. Still, there's one thing missing. A name on the driver's door. And that mystery, that choice, might change the entire trajectory of the season. So now, let's break it down. What makes this setup so unique? Why it might dominate both 28,105 no-prep and 275 radio prep events? And who's best suited to tame this beast? Let's get under the hood. Let's talk about the heart of this monster. When Boosted GT and his team decided to go with a C7 Corvette as the base for this build, a lot of people were surprised. Corvette platforms, especially the C7, aren't the usual suspects in the small-tire no-prep world. They're sleek, they're light, but they don't exactly scream rough surface domination. But Boosted had a vision. He wasn't chasing the crowd. He was chasing maximum efficiency on chaos. Let's start with the chassis. The C7 is factory aerodynamic, low to the ground, and built for balance. In the world of no prep, where every bump, dip, and dust particle can throw off your line, balance is everything. Unlike boxy builds that fight the air, the C7 slices through it, reducing drag and improving top-end control. Pair that with a shorter wheelbase and tight body proportions, and what you get is a car that can launch hard, stay straight, and recover quickly when the surface says, no. And that's just the skeleton. Now we get to the heart, and this is where things get serious. Boosted could have gone twin turbos like he did on the orange Mustang. He knows that setup inside out. But he chose a Proline MH7 Hemi block, and that's not just a bold move. It's a calculated one. Why the MH7 Hemi? It's lighter than older Hemi builds. Built with boost in mind from day one. Insanely durable at high RPMs. Proven championship pedigree, from big tire to radial outlaw events. Now marry that with a ProCharger. We're talking instant power delivery, no lag, brutal mid-range torque, and far more consistency on sketchy surfaces. Unlike turbos, which need to spool and can be unpredictable on no prep, the ProCharger hits right off the brake. It's the combo that a lot of smart teams are turning to, and now Boosted is putting it on a car that's already lighter and sleeker than most. This isn't just a fast car. This is a car that's being built to win both formats. The 28,105 no prep race, where raw launch and control matter most. And the 275 radio prep, where precision grip and high-end stability are king. And here's the wild part. Because the car's weight is lower than traditional builds, and the power band is more predictable, they can adjust quickly between race formats without major surgery. It's almost like Boosted is building a hybrid weapon, adaptable, vicious, and made for war on any surface. It's manageability. A lot of teams have fast cars. But if you can't control that speed in the first 60 feet, you're toast. This setup, from the engine to the ProCharger to the weight distribution of the C7, was designed for repeatability. That's the difference between getting lucky and making finals. But here's the question that's still hanging in the air. This car is fast, it's mean, it's ready, but who's actually gonna drive it? Is Boosted gonna pull a surprise comeback and pilot the car himself? Or is this build custom fit for Kayla, someone who's not only fearless but has something to prove this season? In the next part, let's dive into the strategy behind the driver's seat, and why this decision might determine who takes home that six-figure prize. This isn't just about horsepower. It's about legacy. It's about who gets to leave their mark on the kind of race that only happens once in a season. Let's start with the man himself. Boosted isn't just another racer. He's a race master, a builder, a strategist. He knows how to read a track, how to set up a car, how to outthink his opponent before the light even drops. But that also puts him in a unique position. He's got the power to decide who races, and whether he wants to put his own name back on the line. It's been a while since we've seen Boosted behind the wheel of something this serious. And with two $100,000 races lined up, both stacked with killer drivers, stepping back in now means all or nothing. Does he still have the fire? Or is he ready to pass the torch? Now let's talk Kayla. She's no rookie. She's taken down big names. She's held her own in brutal fields. And more importantly, she's hungry. The Hot Mess Express Mustang? It's a warhorse, but it's not built for small tires. It's heavy, it's long, and it doesn't fit the kind of tracks that make up these two speed promotions races. But Kayla? She's proven time and again she can handle anything, whether it's sketchy surfaces, big crowds, or spotlight pressure. And here's what most folks don't see. Behind the scenes, Kayla's been quietly working with Boosted, learning the ins and outs of this new build, studying the Proline ProCharger combo like it's her own. So, if this car was secretly built for her, it wouldn't surprise the ones who've been paying close attention. Now let's be real. These races are different beasts. The 28,105 no prep race? That's about instinct. Getting down a track with zero prep. Reading every patch of rubber and dirt like a second language. That's something Boosted has done for years. But the 275 radio prep race? That's a precision game. It's about control, focus, consistency, and honestly, Kayla might be the most precise small tire driver on the scene right now. So what if, and this is just a theory, they split the duty? Boosted runs the no prep. Kayla handles the radio prep. That would be one hell of a strategy. But then again, only one name can go down as the first to win with the ProCharged C7. Only one name gets written in the record books. So, what's it gonna be? Is this a veteran's last stand? Or the rise of a new small tire queen? In the next part, we'll break down both race formats, the rules, the prize structure, and why this year might be the most competitive field either of them has ever seen. Buckle up, it's about to get real. 2 races, 2 surfaces, 1 shot at glory. Let's start with the 28,105 no prep. This is the Wild West of drag racing. No traction compound, no fancy surface prep, no mercy. You line up, you launch, And if your car can't find grip in the first 60 feet, you're toast. Rule breakdown. Small tire, only 28 by 10.5 slicks are equivalent. No weight minimums. No traction aid prep on the track. Heads up, no time racing. It's all about who crosses first. Not the clock. What it takes to win. Shock tuning mastery. A setup that hooks hard without relying on glue. A driver who can pedal, manage throttle mid-run when the car dances sideways. And above all, consistency over chaos. This is where that ProCharger setup shines. Unlike turbos, there's no lag. Boosted hits now. That instant torque gives you a precious edge when there's nothing but raw pavement under your tires. But it's not just about power. It's about taming the launch like riding a bull through fire. Now flip the coin. The second $100,000 race is radio prep, a totally different beast. Rules and format. 275 radial tire only, narrower and less forgiving. Light prep allowed. Some traction compound. Cleaner surface. Still heads-up racing, but grip becomes a real factor. Most setups will run lighter. Tighter suspension geometry, and tighter converter tuning. What matters most? Chassis balance. Power delivery must be butter smooth. No bouncing, no spinning. Any slip and you're done. This is the type of race where Kayla could truly shine. Her driving style is calculated, calm under pressure, and with this C7's balance and predictable ProCharger output, she'd be lethal on 275s. Unlike no prep, this isn't a brawl. It's a chess match at 150 miles per hour. Both races are capped at 128 cars. That means no easy rounds. No throwaways. The competition isn't just local legends. It's national hitters flying in with trailers full of secrets. And the prizes? It's not just money. It's bragging rights for a lifetime. Be the name on everyone's lips. Be the setup others try to copy. Be the one they'll study in slow motion for months. That's what's on the line. So here we are. 1 Corvette, 2 drivers, 2 brutal races, and only one ending. Will this build become a chapter in street racing history? Or just another, what could have been? In the final part, let's talk legacy, pride, and why this story isn't just about Boosted or Kayla anymore. It's about every outlaw who ever put their life into a build and dared to go all in. This Corvette? It's more than fiberglass and horsepower. It's the voice of a racer who refuses to play it safe. It's the heartbeat of a crew that bets everything on one weekend. And it's the hope of every small tire outlaw, still building in their garage after dark. It's about something bigger. It's about that moment, when your hands are shaking before a run. When your crew gives you a nod that says, "We did everything we could." When the tree drops, and for 4 seconds, it's just you, the machine, and fate. Whether Boosted straps in himself. Whether Kayla claims her crown. Whether this Corvette takes home both $100,000 checks, or goes out first round. One thing's for sure, this build already did its job. It lit a fire. It got people talking. It reminded us why we love this crazy, dirty, dangerous sport in the first place. Who do you think should drive the ProCharged C7? Would you split the duty, or go all in on one driver? Drop your pick in the comments below. And if you're building, tuning, or just dreaming, we see you. Hit that like, subscribe, and stay locked in. Because on this channel, we don't just watch racing. We live it. Until next time, stay fast, stay wild, and always respect the street.